All right, we should be live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skeptalk Live, episode number 44. Last minute change of staff. We have all four members of the team today. We did not moments ago. So if you saw stuff going a little crazy a little bit ago, that's why. Witless Wonder, Squabbly, welcome to the show. Joining me tonight is Wes, Shayna, and Jason, with the correct names underneath each of them. Curry Sauce, how are you doing?
This might be the first time.
You may not know, but today was a very interesting technological event for me. We do still have Wes with his crazy flippy cam. That's going to be the case for the rest of the episode. That's just how it's going to go. Everybody should let me know if my microphone is working correctly, because I had to plug in a bunch of stuff and my computer decides to use different cameras all the time, or different microphones all the time for no reason. And Jason is actually sending me his
10.
camera feed upside down. So in OBS, I had to change it to be correct. So if that goes sideways, Jason should go sideways as well. So we'll see how that ends up working.
I'll do the John McCain POW cam.
My mic is working, but I sound like Papa
Papa
Smurf.
Smurf.
now you just look like you're putting your hand praise.
I know, right? It'll look really good at that.
All right, just a sec. Be right back.
Nothing but back to John McCain. I'd vote for you if you're in my sector.
Rambo, fuck you.
Udo's gone, guys.
What just happened?
Udo.
Okay, you got me there, Rambo. I'm
What up,
wondering if
Tracy?
I'm like,
What up, Ramo?
I'm running over to like Kathy, like, let me listen to myself on your phone, and she's like, you sound all right.
Ramo's a dick.
Now Ramo,
Fuck you, buddy.
Ramo's a character.
good.
What
That's
up,
how it
Enad?
works.
Enad taking the #1 spot.
Excellent. Cheering one.
Number one spot with one.
I like how it played sound.
Hearts.
Where the hell's the sound? I would like my sound. Did you guys hear a sound?
Yeah, penny drop.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it
Yeah,
at
I
all.
heard it.
Well, we'll find out, right?
It sounded real cheap.
Excellent.
David Ford.
All right. Well, let's take a look at today's news. Just for those of you who are our regulars, today we've been selected to be hit with a raid. So we're going to have a Twisty Top Adder. Thank you very much for 15. All right. So this is very strange. That sound, the sound that this is coming through. We'll do another little dance here. That sound is coming through the second set of headphones that I've got hooked up to my machine. So I can't hear it, but for some reason, I can hear this. I know what to do. Hit settings on OBS, go through the audio, and tell it to use different set of headphones.
Wait, Squab, are you? What's
Right, which makes sense. Because it's trying to grab... Right. It's grabbing the wrong set of headphones. Now, it should be coming through. We'll find out. I can test that real quick. Of course, everything is going just superbly technological. But I've fixed my overheating issue, so we shouldn't have... Oh, you are gone now? Gotcha.
Oh, well, they can't hear me, so I'm not going to say anything.
They should all hear you now.
Can you guys hear me?
I was muted. I was just mouthing
Everyone
words,
else is
so I was
gone.
messing with people.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
They only
amazing.
hear Udo.
Ramo.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What's really funny is that sound didn't play, that like song, so we all just fucking look like we're hella good at mime dancing.
Right.
There's
Exactly.
that.
Theme gallery. Not themes. Not themes. Overlays. Podcast. Open it up.
Curry, I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. Everybody's like, sounds better. He's like, no sound.
Hold on just a second. We're gonna test
The
something.
answer's yes. If you're worried that you're being messed with, you probably
Oh,
are.
yeah. Solid.
That's why I never trust Ramo ever.
All right, I'm going to just
That's pretty fair.
emulate something. It's going through the wrong fucking headset again. Hold on.
That sounded really good, though. What is that? Joking.
This is gonna look real
about to
weird
be
for
real
just a
worried.
second.
That should totally be our theme song.
3. Okay, say something, guys. Yep, nope. Something is absolutely messed up. So I'm not gonna hear my alert sounds because that's the most convenient thing. So, excellent. All right, at least I can hear you guys. That's the important one. It's not coming through the stream still. That is so dumb. Well, yeah, it would make sense because you guys don't hear anything that I don't hear. Oh, let me get it real quick. Thank you guys for holding in there on me. I've had quite a few issues today. Desktop audio device is now going to be listed as number 3. Say something, guys. Yeah, they're not hearing you right now. So if I do this, try it again.
Hi. How's
Okay.
it going?
Something.
All right.
Something.
So they can hear you-ish now. Let's see
Okay.
if this comes through.
Giggity.
Did you guys hear that sound?
I did.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Are they cool enough to hear it?
As soon as I unplug
It's
this
like the
second set of
Emperor's
headphones, everything's going to go crazy. But let's do it.
Wait. No time. We just
Yes.
watch Udo.
Right. All right. Go ahead and speak. Yep, no, that's not working. Default, try that. Nope. Nope, keep going. Wait, all right. I think I got it. Hold on. You might hear me twice. Let me fix that. All right. Right, the echo should be gone. Fucking goddamn shit. All right. And now I hear that. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys on the call hear that? All right. Now, did you guys in the chat hear the X-Files theme? I'm here seeing a bunch of yeses. Excellent. All right, we're back on track. Let's get into the news. Episode number 44. Let's do our news intro. Wow, that got really loud, and then it paused. So you can't hear them now? Oh, okay. Apparently, that doesn't make any sense.
because
My backwards S's are awesome. Dancing for pity. Hallelujah.
How
What?
about now?
How is that possible?
And no sound effects. Neat.
What?
Seriously.
What is
This
happening?
This
how
is the
now, brown
greatest.
cow?
Well, okay. So there was a series of updates and stuff too.
There we
So-
go. Oh, there. China. I think we're back. Maybe now.
Cheetah,
Udo
no.
now.
Right. All right. Did you guys hear that? Now everybody's gone except for me. This is so dumb. It keeps changing my settings. When I change one thing to make something else work, it stops the other, which is really dumb. All right, say something, guys.
Someday.
All right. Now you guys are back, and you guys speaking is the most important thing. So the sound effects I'll fix later, right? Whichever ends up happening. But now that we've got that all good to go, we're gonna go take a look at some of our news. We're gonna skip that one because we already did that one once, right?
Oh.
Oh, angry. I just started quacking for you. Sorry. Quack.
Right. So once again, this is a fair use talk show. Everything that we're talking about here is covered under the fair use clause. This is a criticism, parody, and news reporting show. So remember that when you go to report us. Our first bit of news is that everybody should take a look and click on this link I'm about to put in here. And click that if you want to help the show grow a little bit. I'll be putting that up a little bit more a couple of times throughout the episode as other people funnel in. But that'll let everybody on your tweeter list know that you are watching the best show. So
Let's get the world Twitter pated.
exactly.
I tweeted.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jason.
Of course.
All right. So our first story is actually an update to something we covered before. Do you guys remember the story of the daycare center where one of the parents brought in weed cookies?
I was like, when
Oh,
you
I don't
said the
remember that
daycare center, I was like, okay, which stories? I think there's been like
Yeah, I
3 or
know.
4 of them.
Well, we
Yes, I do remember this.
Yeah. So apparently a parent brought in cookies or sent cookies in, or the kid took some cookies with and said, and teachers and kids were talking about being high or whatever. Officials have officially say that the cookies that were dropped off at the main daycare center that staff members complained made them feel high contained
Right.
absolutely no illicit substances.
Yes.
That's fucking
Steve
amazing.
Kid's like, oh, I got you guys so high. They're like, oh my god, I'm so
Right,
high.
exactly.
Like, no, you're not.
About
He
a
pissed in
People
these.
are-
There's a lot of urine. No, Steve.
Oh shit, that's good.
About a dozen staff members at Watch Me Shine Daycare in Bangor reported feeling intoxicated February 14th after they ate Valentine's Day cookies dropped off by a parent. The Bangor Daily News reports that the police seized the remaining cookies for testing. Sergeant Wade Betters said Monday that none of the cookies tested positive for controlled substances. Police don't know what caused the staff to
Whoa.
feel funny and say no charges are pending. The daycare
So
now
how
They're
did
all
they come-
drinking at work. That's why.
Why
I'll
did
just
they think
ham
they
it.
were laced with weed?
I don't know. I bet it's because like maybe the parent in question looks like a hippie or something.
Right.
They're just all like,
Yeah, that's the
"Oh."
only thing I can think of.
Yeah, they're like, well, I don't trust old Steve, right?
Dirty Steve and the boys dropped these off. We better test them.
Exactly what Twisty just said. They were probably profiling the kid or the parent that brought them, right?
Yeah. That's
100%.
fucked up.
Yeah.
I hope that parent sues the shit out of him.
Right, exactly.
Like, fuck you, everybody thinks I gave a bunch of kids pot cookies.
Ramos says group psychology and the placebo effect. Correct. The daycare now prohibits outside food for children and staff. These are not a picture. These are not a picture of the cookies. I actually looked up the word weed cookies and took a picture, so.
Way to ruin it for everyone, Brenda.
Yeah. No.
For no reason at all.
Yeah, well, in a complete overreaction. Oh,
Yeah.
we totally shit the bed, so let's just smear that shit across the fucking
Yeah,
covers. Make
doesn't
sure
even make
everybody
sense.
smells it.
Witless brings up a good point. If they they were profiling and they thought that they were drugged, so they ate them anyway. Which is a good point, right?
I took 3 injections of the marijuana.
Exactly, directly into my vein. All right. Police in India. This is not our only India story tonight. We have quite a few. But
Yay!
police in India are on the lookout for a monkey that allegedly snatched a baby.
What?
The fuck?
The baby was then later
it makes
found
sense.
dead inside of a well on the eastern
Oh,
side of the
no.
state.
Shit, that's super fucked.
Jeez.
Right,
I
messed
mean-
up.
That's the sad part.
The baby's mother saw the incident take place, but was unable to rescue her son. A relative found the child's body in a well behind the house on Sunday, a day after he was snatched by a monkey who had entered the child home. Now, 2 different things, right? This could be a monkey stole a baby, which is completely a possibility. But this also could be some people said that a monkey stole a baby.
Well, and I don't trust this monkey. It looks like he's trying to join the clan, so it could be out there.
I know, right? This monkey's definitely KKK.
Goddamn clan monkeys.
Little
Yeah,
babies.
I think it might be the latter story.
Right. The officers
You think somebody killed their baby and blamed it on a monkey?
wouldn't be the first type of that
Oh,
incident.
Oh yeah, and they didn't. They left it in a drain. They inadvertently killed the baby. People leave their babies in all kinds of weird places.
Right.
Didn't we cover the baby drop off
Yeah.
receptacle thing? Where was that? I forgot. But
It was just above a well, apparently.
Is that like Blockbuster?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Legit.
Officers in the case say this is a very rare case, although monkeys are often caught damaging property in the area. So monkeys are a problem there. While monkeys attacking humans or entering houses in search of food are fairly common, this is the first case in which one has run away with an entire baby. Curry
It
says
seems like the baby's bigger than a monkey.
yeah,
But monkeys have the strength of 10 men. Everyone knows that.
That's true. They're like ants.
they have
I
monkey
forgot about
strength.
depends on
Right.
the monkey.
Also, the doctor examined the body and said that there were no serious
Jesus
injury
Christ.
marks, and it appears to be a case of asphyxia due to drowning. Locals
So-
told reporters that the monkey may have dropped it while carrying it.
Just seems so out of character for like wildlife.
Yeah.
Typically, like if a wild animal like comes across any child, unless it knows its prey, monkeys in particular are known to not just murder things or like run and drop infants.
Right, but I don't know about...
Eagles.
Exactly. So the monkey...
Yeah.
Eagles will
Like,
snatch a baby.
Predators.
The monkey
Yeah.
was attempting to deliver the new monkey baby to the monkey family, and an eagle attacked the other monkey. Nobody's
Yep.
asking what happened to the monkey. But
Yeah.
the police are actually in search of the monkey and hope to catch it within a week.
Now I just picture a monkey in like handcuffs being put into a back of police
feel
car.
bad for the
Like you're under arrest, monkey.
You
Right.
sick fuck.
You You goddamn son of a bitch.
You know what
Go
they do to
down
monkeys?
this monkey.
You know what they do to monkeys that kill babies in prison in India?
Oh, that's the point. I was
How is he
looking.
gonna be?
I was looking for it when
Try.
somebody started mentioning dingoes. Yep. People talking about dingoes stealing babies.
Nice.
I want to see. I want to see that trial too. Just a monkey being judged by a jury of its peers.
Correct.
Just a bunch of monkeys.
Put a monkey.
They're all just shaking their head. Just,
Oh, Steve, why? You were such a good monkey.
yeah, you brought shame to our family.
Throws shit at him.
So, if you looked at these two gentlemen here, would the word trustworthy pop into your head?
I trust they both have illicit drugs on them.
Especially not.
I mean, definitely not the guy on the right.
Yeah, they're mugshots, right? So mugshots never help, right? But
Exactly.
Two prisoners have recently escaped from a maximum security jail in the Colombian capital of Bogota by getting a guard drunk and then convincing him to let them go buy more alcohol.
Nice.
That's smart.
The two inmates never
Why
returned.
would you let them do it?
Right?
this toilet wine is pretty awful. Can you go get me some whiskey?
I'm too drunk to drive. You guys do it. Here's the keys. The two inmates never returned, and police are currently hunting for them. Colleagues of the guard at La Picota jail said his breath smelt of alcohol, and he refused to be breathalyzed. Right?
Smart.
Exactly. That'll handle it. The prison
Innocent
director.
until proven, I won't do it. If I just don't show up to court, they can't prosecute me, right?
Yeah, that's the surefire way not to go to jail, right? You just never go to court. The prison director said that the production of homebrewed liquor inside the prison was common despite frequent checks. The two fugitives were identified as John Gutierrez Rincon and a FARC rebel who was sentenced to 40 years in prison for kidnapping, and Olmedo Vargas, who had recently demobilized from the FARC rebel group, but who was awaiting a trial for an alleged theft. The prison authorities said that they had not been able to detect any damage to the structure of the prison or its gates, and were therefore working on the assumption that the guard colluded to help them escape. That version of events coincides with a statement of other guards who said they had seen the inmates drinking with one of the guards, and that they had convinced the guard to let them leave on the promise that they would come back with fresh supplies of alcohol.
So the other guards saw this happen?
That's another really valid point to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Dave. He does this all the time.
Exactly. Dave just lets everybody go.
Yeah.
The prison director said that this was a lack of professionalism, a lack of professional ethics, in which one of our officials seems to have broken security protocols and facilitated this escape. The weakness of the official meant that he ingested this liquor, and these inmates took advantage of him and convinced him that they needed to leave the prison. But yeah.
God, I hope I go to that prison if I ever get arrested and have to go to prison.
Exactly.
Yeah. Correctional officer Dave, you want a drink?
You like toilet wine?
I think I look a little bit more trustworthy than these guys.
Oh yeah.
You want some jankum?
Exactly.
Want a little jankum?
Especially, I mean, I'm not in jail. So you lose the ability to be trustworthy when you are in jail, right? Because I don't think most people don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I have to feed the cats. They're scratching the carpet. I'll be right back.
All right. Our next story is a story of innovation in a country far, far away. A group of Russian officials have launched.
I knew it was Russian.
Right. Have launched their first Russian post drone. JP Morgan, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. The test of the new Russian Post drone was a failure. And they had originally started this plan in 2016, and they plan to start using drones for parcel deliveries to areas across the vast country. It would appear that they need much more work before a futuristic drone delivery network is feasible.
Because Chechen rebels have begun shooting them out of the sky.
The device,
Just like Amazon.
yeah, exactly. The device that they tested cost some $20,000 and
Damn.
then this happened.
AKA 186 trillion rubles.
The fuck was that?
Just wait. It's not there yet.
Fuck your house.
They literally flew it into a brick wall at full speed.
Well,
Is
that
it
guy's
alright?
dead.
It was supposed to do that. That's how it delivers the package.
Right, exactly.
Is my antique vase alright?
Dozens of officials and Russian onlookers witnessed the ill-fated test.
Jesus.
That guy's gonna die of natural causes. Wow.
You like that? You know that shit's happening.
Exactly. $20,000.
Yeah.
All right, so chat mentioned this story a few episodes back, and I finally found it. Can you guys guess what this is about? I mean, it says so.
Wiping
Oh
your
man,
ass with a
no,
rag.
I'm the one who brought this up, and I'm fucking. I
Right,
wish I had it. Oh, no.
but I found it.
So
The difference between
gross.
the difference between family cloth and toilet paper, other than the fact that they consist of a different material, is that while you would throw out a piece of toilet paper that you use, you instead toss the used family cloth into a hamper to be washed and reused.
That's disgusting.
Right.
So bad.
What do you do with the hamper afterward?
Burn it.
It's like,
Right?
If this is appealing to you for whatever reason, you can make the cloth yourself from old clothing you preferably no longer wear, or there are a number
AKA
of options.
socks.
Right.
The shitting mitten.
Dude, right. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready for an Udo true story?
Yeah.
Well,
All
one
right.
sec, Ramo. The difference
Maybe.
between, baby reusable diapers and a grown person wiping their ass with a piece of cloth is that the baby poop isn't the same consistency as, what
Made
you
of the
eat on a daily
same.
basis. Trust me,
Yeah.
Nightmare peanut butter.
it's insane.
Right.
Fuck you. It's
Nightmare
crazy as
peanut
shit,
butter.
Ramo.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like peanut butter through a shag carpet. You know
Right.
it's not going great.
Yep. So, I was once at So I was at the city bus station here in the town that we live in, and I was like 16, right? And I got off the bus after a long travel and had to go use the shitter. So I was in one of the stalls, right? And didn't check. There's no toilet paper, right? And I'm all, oh fuck. But there's a dude in the stall next to me. So I was like, hey man, can you pass me some toilet paper? And then next thing I know, he vomits blood and terrible shit all over the floor, right? So
Jesus.
not only am I stuck on the toilet, but now I have to hover my feet above the floor a couple of inches, right? Because it's just
Terrible
everywhere,
story.
right? So
What is up with you and poops? This is crazy.
I had to stay
This
like that.
happened here
Yeah,
recently.
I had to say no.
It was yesterday.
That would have been 14, 18 years ago.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
IRL.
yeah.
This guy
But
this guy
that's a
definitely
long
already
time.
died.
I was
He
I was
definitely already
16.
died of internal bleeding.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I was 16, right? So I had
That's
to stay.
terrifying.
I had to stay in that position for over 20 minutes until I was rescued by a wayward EMT. So somebody came in and was all like, "What the
Oh.
fuck?" Right? And I was like, "I don't know. The guy next to me's not saying anything, and he puked blood everywhere." So that guy runs,
God.
right, and doesn't even like stay to talk to me at all or question why are you still in there, right? And then.
Yeah.
And then the EMTs show up to revive the guy on the toilet because he OD'd there, right?
God.
And I'm just like, oh man,
Holy
what do I
shit.
say anything? Do I just let this all
Dude,
go on,
Elvis.
right? And then eventually I was all like, so I'm stuck in here. There's no toilet paper. And the EMT, like, one of the EMT guys is like, really? How long have you been in there?
Just
I'm like,
tossed you some God.
forever, right? And he's yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fuck.
I could have used my sock, but I do not think that is the correct way to go.
In that situation, you sock it up and you
I
get
don't
the
think
hell out of
that's the correct way to go either.
Yeah.
there. Or you either use a sock or you tear a sleeve. Like that's why you have two. So you blah, blah.
Yeah. And then you promptly get out of there and leave him to die.
Right.
I'm
All right.
sure I've seen this movie, and that's how the zompocalypse starts.
Yeah.
Guy stumbling in, wah, blood everywhere, and then dying.
All right, moving on.
Why? Why do we talk about poo so much?
Because that's what's in the
Yeah,
news.
Exactly.
Poop story.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't like
'Cause
go.
that's what's in the
I've
news.
I have never searched for a word for news for what we do. I just go look at most recent postings on specific websites, right?
Yeah. Like,
Today was a bitch
like
finding
Hoo-Ha.
news. I have to let you guys know. 2 days ago, there was a day where they make up a ton of fake news.
yeah, right.
I had-
That's
Oh,
so fucked.
yeah.
I had to dig through April Fool's stories
Oh.
all day, right? Anyway, state and local
Nice.
health officials have issued a warning about synthetic pot in Illinois that has caused the users to experience severe bleeding.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Like from their lungs?
from
Oh.
everything.
I read about this. This
Right.
is kind of fun.
They just turn stigmata. They're like, and just start bleeding from their eyes.
On Friday, the Illinois Department of Public Health reported that 32 people in the last few weeks have visited the emergency room with severe bleeding after a specific synthetic cannabinoid product was used. Right. The department also released a geographic breakdown reporting 8 cases in Chicago, 4 in suburban Cook County, and 1 in Will, DuPage, Kane, and McLean counties. The hotspot seems to be the Peoria area, with Tazewell County reporting 10 cases and reporting and Peoria County had 6. Most of those affected were in the Chicago area, but the health officials warned contaminated products could also be present elsewhere across the state. But they bleed from the eyes and ears.
Jesus
Worse.
fuck.
Right. So somebody's selling
That's what the fuck.
crooked cannabinoids, dude.
Yo.
Well,
This is
Super
why
synthetic.
you just fucking legalize marijuana. No, want to know what marijuana's never made someone do? Bleed from the face and ears. Never
Right?
once. Never happened.
Right.
Oh my god.
I mean, it clearly just. I'm just fucking.
Oh.
You cut out, Jason. You said clearly it's
Oh, I said it clearly just did, though. But I
right.
was just joking.
Right. But this is synthetic cannabinoid, so it's like fake weed.
Yeah.
Right.
I know I was joking.
Illinois' people in Illinois have also reported other symptoms like coughing up blood in the urine, bloody noses, bleeding gums, and for women, heavier than usual menstrual flow. Although the synthetic pot has long been considered dangerous, severe bleeding has never been a known side effect. So,
Yeah.
watch your synthetic cannabinoids. Have somebody else do it first.
Don't do
Right.
it at all.
Make your dumb buddy try that.
Talk
that
about
whatever
no
the hell.
regulation. What exactly is it?
It's just ground up glass.
It's hundreds.
Turns out they're
Obviously.
smoking glass.
It's described as hundreds of chemicals. Like, it's just a combination of hundreds of random chemicals that have been shown to be mostly harmless to humans, right?
Mostly.
Yeah, right.
But because it's not
99%
actually
safe.
THC, but it's very close, it's not illegal in some places.
Hmm.
Right.
That's weird.
Lowercase
It's
THC.
really weird.
All right. So this is a little bit of a cryptic picture. What do you guys think about this one?
Hot dog
Hot dog
sound.
sound waves. Yeah.
Hot dogs clogging arteries.
What?
That could be a EKG line,
It's a-
is what she said.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an EKG and a hot. Exactly.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
It's a
definitely
hot
sound
mix.
waves.
it's a hot mixtape.
It's a little abstract, but you said, what does this picture make you think of?
Twisty Top Hatter says dingles, Curry Sauce says dingles, and you are both correct. All right.
I don't know
Yeah,
what that
of
means.
course.
Move
Damn
it. Move aside, Viagra. There's a new treatment for erectile dysfunction, and it's, well, shocking.
Hot
The-
dog sound.
Stuffing a hot dog in your hot dog.
The procedure is
Ouch.
called Gainswave, which zaps tens of thousands of sound wave through your dinkle to improve blood flow and enable erections. Scary as it
Just
sounds,
take a pill.
right?
That's so complicated.
I have a Bluetooth speaker permanently taped to my dingle just to make the same thing happen.
Exactly. Scary as it sounds, urologists and sexual health proponents are getting excited about this treatment,
Actually, that's not a terrible idea.
right?
It's electrofappery.
That is true. Ramos says, just fuck
Well-
a toaster.
But I understand a little bit. The little bit that I understand about brain chemistry and what they're doing with messing with brain signals is not as it's really not invasive. You're not giving anybody a drug that's retarding or exciting, inhibiting or exciting anything. You're literally just turning a neuron on or affecting it ever so slightly. It's
So you're
not
giving
so you-
the neurons
It wouldn't
boners to give
necessarily
yourself
be
a boner.
bad thing. Yeah, it's just
So-
affecting what would naturally happen impulsively with some little device versus taking a pill that arguably does like some 5 other things too that aren't necessarily good for you.
Right.
And since all men's brains are in their
But-
dick, it works really well.
So here's a story, or here's a part of the story that taught me something today. People in the community who deal with erectile dysfunction often use the word promising when they talk about this therapy, says Dr. Michael Reitano, the physician in residence for men health startup Roman, the creators of the erection tracking app Morning Glory.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. There's an app for that.
Right?
There's
God
there's
damn, there's
always-
an app for everything.
So now I got my boner app.
Right.
I got my pooping app. I got my fart app.
Right.
All right, what other apps do I need?
Yo, I just got
Set.
a toothbrush and it has a brushing app.
Wow.
I'm never using it,
Right.
but it's like there because I'm not a fucking serial killer.
The Food and Drug Administration has yet to clear Gainswave for the use in the erectile dysfunction treatment, though it has approved the technology for other types of rehabilitation, such as plantar fasciitis and lateral epicondylis of the elbow.
Plantar fasciitis.
Yeah,
All right.
fasciitis. Fasciitis, yeah, that's right.
Good old plantar fasciitis.
Go ahead.
Somehow said that
I
with a
think I'm gonna
mouthful.
download this Morning Glory app. I want to see what it's all about.
Yeah, me too.
What could it be telling you? What kind of analytics? What kind of data does it have? Do you
If
put
I-
it on your phone so it gets a heartbeat monitor? Like, what do you do?
The most important question is, will it tweet for you?
Oh. We'll
Guess
find out.
who's got a
Jason's
boner?
had his 13th erection today.
Guess who's got a boner?
Lucky no.
Oh, you guys saw
That's
some
amazing.
terrifying stuff for there. Here we go. Will
Will
it
it
order
order me pizza?
correct?
Goddamn right it will.
It orders it about 10 minutes later. All right.
Yeah.
So, this story is another one of those. I have a bunch of fucked up pictures for you guys to see because this is just straight nightmare fuel for me. The story itself is kind of humdrum, but 40 life-size Amish wax models are now available for sale in Lancaster County Craigslist.
Right,
Can we please buy these?
Something like
All
that.
of them?
Dana DeSico, who's selling them, said that they didn't seem creepy at all when she was a kid in Pennsylvania Dutch country. Now she can't
I
deny
have a
it.
great idea.
What do you got?
The fucking flame-throwing gun. That would make this purchase worth it.
Wow.
True. Just melt them all. Damn.
I think we found a new zombie apocalypse game.
Shit.
Whitler said we should bring him to Afterworld.
Oh yeah, sacrifice them to the fire.
Right.
Oh, they're all just crumbling in. So
Dude, look
good.
at Nubby with that fucking
Slowly
plastic
melting.
nub.
That'd be
Right.
satisfying.
Asking God, whoa!
That's the bad guy in Fugitive. It's the one-handed man.
The adult figures are going for $350 a piece, and the children
What?
and the dog are going for $250. And DeSico said she'd like to sell them as a set. There's
And
40.
there's 40 of them? And
Right.
she's selling them for that much?
That's so dumb.
I will give you $40 for all of these.
Yeah, exactly.
You pay shipping. I'm not.
Yeah. All I'm doing is turning them into a giant wax puddle.
Right?
All right, you know there's some weird people out there trying to turn them into a wax something else.
Yeah.
Right. The DeSico said that he, referring to her grandmother or her grandfather, would definitely love to see them used for historical reasons, which won't happen. According to Lancaster Online, nearly all of the figures were auctioned off when the venue closed for good in 2006. Ben Franklin. Oh wait, this is talking about. This is not the first wax, figure sell off. It was I think it was was it the Daily Show or was it? No, it was Last Week Tonight bought all of the presidents that didn't sell when they sold off all of the president ones. So,
They're gonna have fun.
right.
Dude, the only one that creeps me out is the third from the right. Like that
Whoa!
mopey
Yeah.
looking dude is creepy as shit. Like the rest look fake. That one mopey guy, it's like, Gah.
I think this one's creepier.
Demon baby.
Yeah,
Right.
the baby.
Dude, the children. Yeah, the
No.
baby looks like Chucky, dude.
Right.
I would.
That's
Oh,
So that
mom with the black. Sure, I don't know.
All
what's
of them
going
have black eyes. What the fuck, Amish?
Right.
on.
That dog, though.
Okay.
Look at the
Oh,
dog.
Wow.
Wow.
that's a wax dog.
Right.
That's horrible.
There's a bunch
Its
of people.
eye is a little disproportionate.
Yeah, they look like a Simpsons character.
Right?
So
Jesus.
good.
What the fuck is this a thing?
All of it.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, it's the Beatles.
Right.
That
The
guy got
Amish
his.
Beatles.
What are you talking about? That's Dr. Amadeus in the back there.
Yeah, true.
Amadeus. Oh man, I want to buy just these ones and then turn it into a Planet of the Apes nativity scene.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with pissed off Abe Lincoln over there?
Yeah, exactly.
Pull up your fly, you sick fuck. His fly's down and shit. What is happening?
Exactly. All right, moving
Oh.
on. A story that I can't show the real images of because we've been in trouble for that before.
Penises.
Exactly. An event in Kawasaki, Japan, has aroused a lot of interest last weekend. Of course, that's to be expected
Aroused.
with a festival dedicated to the male sex organ.
Dinkles.
Yeah, exactly. The Kanamari Matsuri, aka the Festival of the Steel Phoenix, Phoenix, what? Phallus. What the hell is
Weenus.
wrong with me? Right?
Weenus.
Still dick. Got it.
Has been a tradition since 1969. Kanamara Matsuki is held annually On the first Sunday of April, participants parade giant phallic-shaped mishoki, which is portable Shinto shrines. They have shaped lollipops. They pose with shaped sculptures and get their hands on whatever dinkle-shaped souvenirs they can grab. As many as 50,000 people attend the Dinkle Festival, which these days teaches visitors about safe sex practices and raises funds for HIV charities, according to the Metro.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, this isn't too messed up, but the pictures are hilarious. So
man, we can't show any of it.
I can put a link in the chat though, because this is to
Fantastic.
a Huffington Post article, so it shouldn't be considered anything wrong. But everybody should definitely take a browse through that, because those pictures are amazing. I want one of the hats.
Oh my god, I know what hat you want. So good, dude. Holy shit.
Right? And then I can cosplay as a
nose.
politician. Right? Shintoism is super interesting. They equate dangles for fertility, not the V, among many other super interesting things. Oh, yeah. This festival needs a monster truck rally? I agree, Witless.
Biggest truck equals smallest dinkle.
All right.
Nice.
But, okay. So there's another story from India. I'm calling this one Rip Interview Guy. The world's 10th largest employer is now offering 90,000 new positions across India to prospective engineer drivers and other workers, right? 28 million people applied for the jobs.
Holy shit.
Yeah. An extension for the deadline for applications this week has resulted in a surge of applications for positions that pay between 200 and 220 pounds per month, which I forgot to go look up what that is in U.S. But
Tree fitty.
Indian Railways is
right.
the 10th largest employer in the world. Around 2,600 assistant train driver jobs have been advertised, along with 63,000 other posts, such as porters and metal workers.
That's fucking insane. That's
Right.
so many people.
Right. It's going to be months just sorting through the candidates to be able to look to see who they should read, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounds like a logistical
If I were in their
nightmare.
position, I'd just be like, any paper, anything we got, destroy it now.
Right.
All of the digital stuff, let's find a metric to fucking rule. And like once we have that metric, dump everything that doesn't hit that metric.
Run a couple of algorithms on it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Udo, you said about 200 to 250 pounds.
Yeah.
I was actually correct. It's about $281 to tree fitty.
Right.
300,
Right.
tree fitty too.
That's
to
a
be
month,
precise.
right? That's the pay there. Those are the monthly pays for those jobs, and that's so desirable that 28 million people applied for the jobs.
Not bad.
Yeah.
If you're over the age 30 and under the age 22, disqualified immediately.
There's also
it pays $200 or $350 a month.
Yep.
A month.
God damn, that's in India.
Yep.
Holy shit.
There are other key benefits that we do need to mention. Many of the positions come with family accommodations for people.
Free toilets.
Right. And
Working toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that they use them.
Much of the shape of the existing network dates of the train network dates from the colonial times, which severely restricts train speeds and reliability. So India's trying to upgrade their trains, and now they're going to be sorting through the bureaucracy of who do they hire. Unfortunately,
Seriously.
but cost of living is cheaper there, as Curry points out. Yeah, let's see. Okay. So this story, there's an Iowa man was threatened by the city officials or in the city that he lives in with legal action for saying on a website that his hometown smelled like rancid dog food. He has recently won a free speech lawsuit. When a federal judge prohibited the city from further threats and awarded him damages. So by the law,
Good.
the city of Sibley officially smells.
That's fucking funny.
Nails it.
Josh Harms, represented by the American Civil Liberties Union of Iowa, filed a suit in the U.S. District Court earlier this month, asking the judge to block Sibley officials from suing him. City officials said that they'd sue if he didn't stop criticizing the town's odor problem from Iowa drying and processing, which makes high-protein food or animal food supplements from pig blood, which apparently smells terrible.
It literally smells like dog food.
Right,
like
exactly.
rancid dog food.
Correct.
Solid.
But attorneys for the city did not immediately respond to the messages. Court documents indicate that while the city officials do not admit to every allegation of the plaintiff's complaint, the parties jointly stipulate to the facts contained within the accompanying proposed stipulated injunction, which boils down to the word he's not lying. Right? He's not this. There's no defamation, right?
This city smells like shit.
Yeah.
The injunction prohibits the city from making further threats. It allows Harms to talk to reporters and to continue publishing websites critical of the odor issue. The city has also agreed to pay Harms $6,500 in damages and $20,000 in legal fees, and to issue an official written apology and to hold the First Amendment training for the city staff.
Dude got paid to troll the city. That's amazing.
That's pretty awesome. Actually.
Yep. He said he also recently bought the rights to SibleyStinks.com, but hasn't decided whether or not he'll launch it. He continues to publish on his other website entitled Should You Move to Sibley, Iowa?
The answer is no. It smells like shit.
Exactly. Legally now.
Should be the entire fucking website. That's all it should say.
Yeah. It's all legally. This place smells like shit.
Legally.
All right. This image is 100% related.
Okay.
That's a big turlet.
Exactly. Visitors to the Detroit Zoo will now be able to add a bucket of animal droppings to their souvenir list.
Mother of God.
Why?
The Detroit Zoo is now offering free buckets of 5 pounds of animal manure, dubbed Detroit Zoo Poo, and will be handed out on April 14th as part of the zoo's Green Fest celebration. The event precedes Earth Day and will showcase how the zoo recycles waste.
Yeah.
By giving it to children? Like, how is that recycling?
It's not paint a good
It's
sick
for
sign
garden
for
shit.
green.
Yeah,
people.
way to go, Detroit. Really cleaning up your image. Jeez,
Elephant
Christ.
poop is really good for crops.
Right. I mean,
prove it.
buckets will be available to the first 1,000 visitors to the zoo's anaerobic digester educational display. The digester converts 500 tons of animal manure and other organic waste each year into methane-rich gas to help power the zoo's animal hospital. Nutrient-rich fertilizer is a byproduct, and the zoo notes the compound is great for putting in your garden, but I assume it will end up in the parking lot. Easily 50% of those buckets.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what parents like, just grab that giant bucket of shit and bring it in the car, Billy.
So, stay tuned for the April 14th version of this show where we talk about the poop fights that broke out in the Detroit Zoo.
The monkey's got a hold of a bucket.
That shit's coming.
All right. Guys, it's time for a fireside chat.
Yay!
We had one of these. It was just me and Jason before, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I've got some new questions. This time, Wes and Shayna, you guys will get your chance to weigh in on these super important questions. Then you can't hear this music, but it's real good. It's probably even kind of better without the sound sometimes, you know? Right, our first question, and I want the chat to chime in on this too if you feel like it. What would you name your boat if you had one, Wes?
I think this exact same question was asked me on my very first Skeptalk.
Really? Apparently I forgot.
Yes.
Well, answer it again.
Yeah, and I said something. I said something that I thought was funny, and turned out it was no one else thought it was very funny.
Well, here's your chance to get back at it.
See, and again, the only reason I said I don't even remember what I said. I remember it was something stupid, but yeah, I don't know. God, what do you name boats? It's supposed to be like a play on the sea, right? I would maybe Titanic 2.
Titanic.
Titanic's Revenge.
All
Just
right.
like but a super long name. Titanic 2. The Titanic's Revenge. The re-Titanicing. Just make it something ridiculous.
For those of you who are wondering what that sound is, my dog is laying on the floor, almost half asleep, barking. Because he's a smarty.
Bork.
He's not looking at anything. His head's just on the ground. He's just barking. Anyway,
I like Rambo.
Shayna.
I'm not 100%. Something involving dragon.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I don't know exactly though. What that'd be something I'd have to think about for a minute because you're kind of stuck with the name. You christen a boat the name, and that is the name of that boat for the rest of its life.
I mean, who says you can't change it, right?
Well, you can, but
Jason.
Seize the day. Seize
the
the
day.
day.
Right.
Goddamn right. Either that or body dumper. One of those two. I feel like body dumper is too conspicuous.
I'm thinking Japanese, or wait, is it Japanese dinghy festival?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like it.
From the chat, we've got the Two-Faced Siren, the Implication, the Mermaid Unicorn, Seize the Day, goes you, Moby's Dick, that's pretty good, Ramo's Ass, so that I can ride that thing all day, Dragon D's Nuts, Sploosh, Boat, that's pretty good. I like Boat, that's a pretty good one.
Bodie McBoatface.
Emblazoned
Yeah,
on the
it's
side,
legit.
it's all like Boat.
that would be great. Actually,
Lowercase in parentheses.
Yeah.
Someone's like, how do you make this sarcastic? I'm so fucking confused. Is it not a boat?
All right. Our next one. Would you rather have everything you eat be too salty or not salty enough no matter how much salt you add? And we'll go with Jason first this time.
I would say not salty enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's better. I don't like food that's super salty. I'll just not eat it.
Right.
I like that.
How about you, Shayna? Not salty enough or too salty?
well, you said everything you eat.
Yep.
I would have to say not so. That would drive me. I would be unhappy. This question either way would make me very unhappy.
Yeah. Obviously.
Because I like salt. I like pretty salty. But if everything I was eating was too salty,
Yo, this birthday cake is really salty.
Right? All desserts ruined except
Yeah.
for caramel.
This fucking orange sherbet is fucking salty. It's not just terrible.
Sorbet.
This orange.
Right.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Wes.
I mean, I think you have to go not salty enough because, like you said, like things that aren't supposed to be salty. Why would they be salty? It's like, oh, thank God this isn't salty enough because it's a banana and I don't want this to be salty. It's like, yeah, I think that's the clear choice.
Yeah, you can't put ketchup on everything.
I think chat agrees with not salty
I
enough.
like-
There are a few that say
I like
too salty.
Twisty. I like Twisty's logic. So soy sauce isn't technically salt, so I'll take not salty enough.
There's cheese. I'll just add cheese to everything.
That's right. Salt. Cheese and soy sauce.
Is
Yeah, you can also add lemon juice.
or monosodium glutamate. because that is not technically salt. So
Exactly. We all win. We're smarter than the question.
smarter than the question, right? All right. Moving on. If you're given a 1-minute ad slot during the Super Bowl that you couldn't sell, what would you fill it with? Oh, salty
Kittens.
vape. That's the worst. All right. Yeah,
Skeptalk
Seamus is
Live.
filling it with
Kittens.
kittens.
Oh, kittens is good.
Yeah.
I'd say Skeptalk Live.
Putting a minute of Skeptalk on there, that'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Wes, how about you? 1 minute.
I'd probably do like a solid minute of either just like trash talking the team that I dislike the most, or just like a minute of ball shots. Just like like people just getting surprised hit right in the nuts.
30 seconds of Afterworlds, then 30 seconds of puppies playing Afterworlds. For those of you who don't know, because there are a few people who are watching this show that have never
Jesus,
met me at
really?
all, right? Afterworlds is a live-action role-playing game that I run, so check it out. You can find links on some of my profiles. So,
Damn, Twisty fucking nailed it.
old school dial-up sound with a loading bar.
Fucking amazing.
All right.
Oh my god, that would be fantastic. People would be like expecting
Yeah.
something like big afterwards. Like, what does it mean?
Right.
58 seconds of
Yes.
diarrhea noises, then 2 seconds of flushing.
Gross.
Jesus.
All right, I've got a couple of cool stories today, and then we do have we got Florida Man and our other sections today. So this story, I laughed super fucking hard. We're gonna find out if that's because I was tired this morning, but I think it's fucking funny, right? So it's an older story, but it's amazing, and we all need to know that this happened. This is just hit into the news because something happened recently involving it, but this happened 17 years ago. So, the Fairmont Empress in Victoria has officially lifted its ban against Nick Birchill. 17 years after, dozens of seagulls trashed the Dartmouth man's hotel room while feasting on pepperoni that filled his suitcase. Right?
What the fuck?
Nick said,
That's the most ridiculous reason to be banned from a place.
right. I didn't feel like being.
I have a similar story.
Nick says, I didn't like the feeling of being
Oh, do
banned
you
from
now?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Does it involve a suitcase full of pepperoni sticks?
It was salami, but we'll get there eventually.
Excellent. So when I was out out at this place for a different conference, I thought I would approach the Empress and see if I could officially get my record cleared, he said. His story began with good intentions. He was taking a small suitcase of Brothers Pepperoni, a widely requested Halifax delicacy, to some of his Navy friends in the BC capital. It was a long flight, and that time of the year where everyone travels, so the bag got lost, misplaced for a period of time. When the pepperoni finally arrived at the hotel, he said he worried it would get warm because there was no fridge, so he laid the food out on a table near a window ledge and in the chilly April air. And that's when things went kind of bad. He left the room for a few hours to take a walk. When he returned, his room was filled with seagulls. And I don't just mean a couple of seagulls, he said. I can only estimate how many there were. I'm thinking somewhere between 30 and 40 seagulls that came through the open window while he was gone.
Oh my god.
I would have never thought that because... What? Go ahead.
That's like both like a nightmare and a dream, like a bucket list just to fight a room of birds. Can I take them? Like, let's see. 40 seagulls versus one Wes. Who wins?
Right. The seagulls were startled when Birchill opened the door. He said many of them tried to leave through the small opening at once. The seagulls were flying everywhere and had been there for a long time eating the pepperoni. So you can imagine that the room looked like before he came back. And now they've got
Just
seagulls
covered in
flying.
bird shit. and
Right, exactly.
sausage.
Just pepperoni bird shit too, right? Like it's probably
Oh.
it's not something that they eat in the wild, right? Like,
Shit, pork products.
so you can imagine what the room looked like before I came back. Now we've got seagulls flying around and curtains are falling down, lamps are falling down. It was a real mess. Complicating matters was the fact that Burchill had just started his job 3 months earlier. His employer had booked the hotel and he needed to attend to dinner with customers. There were 2 seagulls left in the room and he had to get them out. I was kind of losing my temper at this point, he said. One was just bouncing around on the windowsill and I was kind of losing my temper, so I took off one shoe and I threw it in the direction of the seagull. And both the seagull and the shoe went out the window.
Shit.
The last seagull was running around the room in this fairly large room, nice as it was, and I was chasing it around, and I had a big piece of pepperoni. It had a big piece of pepperoni in its mouth, and I could not get it to leave. Burchill said that he ended up grabbing a towel from the washroom and jumped the seagull, wrapped it in a towel, and threw it out the window. He said the seagull was shaken but wasn't hurt. While everything was happening in his room, there was a line of tourists out the front of the hotel that witnessed both his shoe and the seagull wrapped in a towel falling from his room. Horrified. A horrified hotel cleaner says, I guess that made an impression, or he said, I guess that made an impression on some people. It wasn't very smooth, he said. The state of the place horrified hotel cleaners. He had to go downstairs to get the shoe and the towel. He went back up to the room where the smell of the birds and the pepperoni was becoming way more apparent to him.
Fuck.
He had to get to dinner with
Oh my
customers,
God.
so he started to clean his shoe, which had fallen into some mud. The front desk staff members were in stitches when Burchill explained why he had been banned from the hotel. As he was drying the shoe with the hairdryer, the power in his room went out. And at that point, Burchill said, I realized I was way in over my head with this mess, and he called the front desk for help. They set this poor lady up, and I still remember the look on her face when she opened the door. She had her cleaning kit with her, and it was quite clear that the kit she had was not going to cover the damage in the room that mess was in.
Oh my god.
The hotel staff moved Burchill to another room for the rest of his stay. The hotel staff were nice about the whole thing, but a letter was sent to his employer telling them they would no longer be allowed to stay at the Empress. It was a decision that Burchill said he respected and understood, but he wanted to make amends, which led him back to the hotel last week. He asked the staff member who dealt with him last time, but he was told that she was no longer an employee. When I asked the people at the desk and the manager, they said that they had heard this story from a long-term employee that works there. I was just kind of in and out. I didn't want to overstay my welcome. I apologized. I was forgiven. I left them a present of a pound of Brothers TNT pepperoni as a peace offering. And then
It was
I don't
unseen for 3 days until the sequel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought I read this story today and I was like, this is fucking amazing. Now I know that there was a seagull pepperoni apocalypse in Maine, right?
Yeah. Like, just imagine coming back to your hotel room and there's 40 fucking seagulls in it. It's just like, what are you gonna do? There's no way this ends well.
It would be a severe inconvenience if there was one. Right? Like,
Yeah.
when you put that many birds in a room, the floor turns white. It's bad. Right?
Yeah.
I would just go and swinging, dude. Just gotta take these birds out, man.
Curry says they're called rats with wings. Witless says just close the door and ask to check out. Yeah. Fuck that.
Right, dude. I'm leaving my beef sticks, dude. Fuck it.
Unfortunately, you can't stay in any hotels without them having your fucking personal information and your credit card number.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Even
was
if you
his
pay with
work, though.
cash.
His work set it up for him. It wasn't him.
Oh,
So he
okay.
could've
Oh,
been
even
like,
better.
I never even checked in.
Uh,
If he could have somehow closed the window from the outside, just left the birds. Oh man, that would have been delightful.
Gnarls, did you want to touch on a story about sausage or whatever?
Oh no, I was just
Okay,
kidding.
okay.
That's an insane story that no
Right.
one has a matching story.
Yeah, right.
No.
All right. So, do you guys see the odd two things out in this picture?
Yes.
The bunny.
There's a bunny on the
Yeah,
back of the
the
sheep.
Bunny.
A farmer
Yeah, it's cute.
has photographed wild rabbits riding on the backs of sheep in order to escape floodwaters during heavy rains in New Zealand.
That makes sense.
Right.
So sweet.
Ferg Horn 64 said his name's Ferg. That's a great name, by the way. He said he had never seen anything like it, and he snapped the pictures because he knew his family would never believe what he had witnessed. I couldn't believe it for a start, he added. Mr. Horn was trudging through the deluge to rescue a neighbor's 40 sheep from floodwaters Saturday in their South Island farm near Dunedin when he spotted some dark shapes from a distance. He was puzzled because he knew his neighbor, who was away in Russia attending his nephew's wedding, did not have any black-faced sheep. Then he saw the bedraggled wild rabbits hitching a ride, 2 atop one sheep and a third atop another. The sheep were huddled together from on a high spot on the farm, standing in about 3 inches of water. Mr. Horn said that the rabbits had gotten wet, but seemed fairly comfortable and relaxed atop their fleeced friends. The farmers typically shoot the rabbits, which are considered pests in New Zealand when they see one, but they'd showed so much initiative, I thought they deserved to live, those rabbits, he said. As they jumped through the water, the rabbits had a jolly good try at staying on. He added that the rabbits appeared to cling onto the wool with their paws. They fell off as they reached higher ground, but managed to climb a hedge to safety.
Oh,
Yep. But yeah,
that's so cute.
I figured that this was a very nice positive story. There's bunnies riding sheep, right?
It's like life's not so bad.
Right. Let's get into where it is bad.
Yay! Bingo! Bingo time, bingo.
Yep, I'm grabbing the link right now. For those of you who would like to play along, here is your link to Bingo for Florida Man.
Can you actually put clicks on them now?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Click that link.
Game on.
Do 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 do. I added some sounds there for everybody. You get down 100, taking the top spot. Thank you very much.
Oh, shit.
All right, everybody got their bingo ready to go because
I'm gonna play for the first time today.
excellent. Apparently, I forgot to grab the notes for this one, but I always keep the info. So,
Hell yeah! I already got minor perp.
nice.
Yep,
Yeah.
same.
All right, so two
Absolute
boys.
bestiality. Come on.
These two boys attempted to steal a pizza delivery car, but there was something in the way. These two boys attempted to take their food to go last week, but it didn't get very far. Sorry, I'm gonna mess this one up. Rogelio Sebastian and Miguel Garcia were busted last week after attempting to steal a Domino's delivery man's car, but their plan was foiled upon learning that the car was a stick shift.
Amazing.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Right.
That's pretty
Notice
funny.
the white kid looks perfectly fine, but the poor Mexican kid got his ass whipped.
Right.
Right.
The boys attempted their plan last Friday after a Domino's delivery driver, Isaac Javier Ortez, was bringing a pie to Garcia's neighbor. Ortez left his car running in the driveway and went to make his delivery. He recalled trying to give the resident their pizza, but they denied that they ordered one. That's when Ortez heard his car's engine revving and turned to see two boys with their faces covered attempting to flee. They came out and
What?
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. That's fucked.
Ortez said that the boys did not seem to be experts in manual transmissions and had a tough time trying to get away. The boys were able to reverse the car, but then gave up and ran away. When they go back to first gear, they cannot drive, the pizza delivery boy said. Deputies from the Lee County Sheriff's Office found the two boys walking on the railroad tracks, and Ortez was able to identify them. Deputies also found a pipe on Garcia and charged him with possession of drug equipment. The two boys were arrested for grand theft auto and possession of burglary tools. Is that hands? Or a phone? I guess phone. I guess they did use
Yeah.
they used a tool in order to complete the burglary, which would be a phone, right?
Both tools. I'm glad they're in jail.
Let's see. Witless says, "Here's hoping I don't get blocked by lack of neo-Nazis today." Right. Minor perp. Yep. I'm counting stick shift as an unusual weapon, and 99% sure that that was the pizza driver pipe. They just jacked it out of his car, and he's all, whoo! Right? Like,
Yeah, right.
You can't count unusual weapon. They didn't attack anybody with it. Nice try there, fella.
All right. Santa Rosa Beach. Authorities say 26-year-old Crestview man attempted to pull deputies underwater as they tried to arrest him. It all happened
Oh, shit.
after he reportedly stabbed a victim with gardening shears. There's your unusual weapon.
Yeah, unusual weapon.
I don't think I've got either of these.
also
Was
Mark
there
went off
meth
the mark.
involved?
I
We
don't know
know
yet.
I,
Soon.
I want unusual loot for the kids. They're trying to steal a pizza car.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Deputies of the Walton County. Oh, hold on. Raid XR, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. But then, all right, so deputies, okay, wait. The victim said that the suspect attacked him when he was gardening in the front yard of his home. During the struggle, the suspect punched the victim in the nose, kneed him in the chest, wrestled the gardening shears out of his hands, and beat and stabbed the man with the shears. According to the arrest report detailing the victim's account, one of the victim's front teeth was knocked out and he had multiple lacerations to the back of his head. The attack stopped when a bystander intervened. Deputies later found the suspect, who was later identified as John Botello, naked in Chokawatachwati Bay.
What the fuck?
Nudity.
Chokawachi Bay.
Nudity.
There we go. Yep. The report states he began punching the deputies and trying to pull them underwater when they tried to get him from the bay, according to the report. Botello was apprehended after a brief struggle. He faces felony charges of resisting an officer with violence, aggravated battery, and a person using a deadly weapon and a battery on a law enforcement officer. He is currently being held on $5,000 bail.
Was he drunk or just on drugs?
That doesn't actually say anything about what he's doing.
Nice. Well played.
Witless Wonder asked if there were
Stop it,
gators in the water. No, but meet Rambo.
Nice.
A Florida woman who
Gator.
petitioned. Yeah, exactly. The Florida woman who petitioned the state for permission to keep the trained gator has officially received official approval just in time for Christmas. Mary Thorne of Lakeland, Florida, has been caring for Rambo for more than a decade. The Ledger newspaper reports Rambo wears clothes and rides motorcycles and ATVs.
That's animal
God damn
abuse.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, non-sexual.
Non-sexual. Also checking one off for meth.
I was going bestiality, but yeah, that works too.
At 5 feet 8 inches, Rambo has grown large enough that the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission was concerned that he didn't have enough space in Thorne's house. Thorne trained Rambo and ran a business where he appeared at parties and other social events. Social media is full of images of people holding and cuddling Rambo, who appears in a wide range of outfits. News that Rambo might be separated from Thorne prompted online petitions and declarations of support. Now, the two will be able to stay together, but public appearances will have to stop under the new agreement with the state of Florida. Thorne will also have to cage him and tape his mouth shut anytime he leaves her house. No more going on unfettered motorcycle rides.
Oh shit.
Damn you, state of Florida.
Right, all your restrictions.
Crazy sons of bitches.
Hashtag free Rambo.
Right.
Let's see. Curry sauce said spelled it wrong. Yeah, exactly. Ramo. All right, one more Florida man story to see if you can catch up with a bingo. If you're at home and hear a mysterious noise. It might be a helicopter outside, or it might be this guy.
The Fappercopter.
Jason Lee Vickery, 23, broke into a home in South Augustine, Florida, Wednesday, and was about to masturbate when he got distracted by a green remote-controlled helicopter, according to St. John's County
Amazing.
Sheriff report obtained by Huffington Post. Vickery sought out the toy's batteries and then flew the helicopter around for a while, thus depriving the owner of the item and its battery life, the report states. At some point, while inside the home, he ate a salad and he happened to have with him. After getting his fill of leafy greens, he then completed his original goal of masturbating in the bathroom on the second floor.
Just gonna
What the
rub
fuck?
one out while eating a salad and fucking flying this helicopter.
That's a meth.
Right.
Everybody, that's meth.
But he stopped and went to the backyard because he heard voices coming from outside. The voices belonged to deputies who arrested him. Officials say they confiscated
Amazing.
a bag of marijuana, as well as other drug paraphernalia, a pouch of chewing tobacco, a towel, and a wig from the man.
I mean, the towel so he can be okay today. We
Right.
all understand that. The wig,
He's clearly a stripper
right?
and
he's a
drunk.
stripper
Bingo.
that also poops.
Unusual loot and weed, yep. All right, well, that's Florida, man. If you got bingo, congratulations. Florida's a terrible place. And
So close.
If only more strippers had abused childs with face tattoos.
right, exactly.
Just a little more alcohol and a stripper. Damn.
Couple of faithpalm stories here. This one I also got a hearty giggle from. So this is the moment that this picture right here, that a theater goer launched a bizarre attack on a Russian soldier in a bid to rescue Jesus from being crucified. The drama unfolded in a performance of a biblical play, the attacker barging on stage screaming, "I am not going to let Jesus die." Divine intervention. The attacker jumps on the stage and walloped a Roman guard. There's video evidence of the moment that he leaped on town, or leapt on the town center stage. He then slammed the head of an actor playing a Roman soldier with a motorcycle helmet before booting the captor clear of Christ. William De Silva, the city's planning director, told G1 more than 1,000 people were in the town square watching it at first, and no one could believe what was happening. He said the man leaped up from the middle of the audience and no one guessed what he was about to do. Witnesses reported the attacker shouting he was not going to let Jesus die before he barged onto stage. The Passion of the Christ play had reached its crucial climax, but audience members were left gobsmacked when a man dressed in modern clothes launched towards Christ and the guard actors and then rushed to subdue the man, who continued to lash out as fists flew. Meanwhile, the actor playing Jesus remained calm and in character during the entire crisis.
Amazing.
Man was
Be like,
immediately
"Save
raptured.
Right.
Turns
Save
out
me, Judah.
that's how you get
Exactly.
raptured. Is save an actor, Jesus.
They halted the play for a few moments, but as no one had been injured, they decided to continue and finish the play after the man was apprehended.
Nice.
But this was Brazil, by the way. I apparently missed the part or I didn't grab the part where I said this happened in Brazil. But yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
People are fucking crazy over there. I mean, no less crazy than they are here. Let's be real.
Dude, they wax their buttholes.
Who doesn't?
I don't.
All right. Did
Good to know.
you guys hear about the latest Pope controversy?
There's
Turns
no
out he's
hell.
actually Jewish.
Correct, Jason.
Yeah, definitely not Wes. Turns out
The
Turns out
Vatican.
he praises
he's a
Allah.
rabbi.
The Vatican has scrambled to clarify comments made by Pope Francis to a well-known Italian journalist that appeared to deny the existence of
Damn
hell.
Italian.
Right, exactly. The Holy See issued a terse statement saying that in a lengthy article that was published in La Repubblica on Wednesday by Eugenio Scalfari, who's 93 years old, by the way. The newspaper's founder was the fruit of his reconstruction and not a faithful transcription of the father's words, quotes the Vatican. While the Vatican concealed that Scalfari, an atheist who struck up a friendship with Pope Francis in 2013, had held a private meeting with the pontiff before the Easter weekend, it said that an interview had not been granted. During a meeting, Scalfari asked the Pope, "So, where do bad souls go?" To which he was quoted with responding, "They are not punished. Those who repent obtain forgiveness and take their place among the ranks of those who contemplate, but those who do not vanish." So that is, that is the quote. But everyone, when you see hundreds of people arguing about the fact that the Pope said there is no hell, there is controversy about what's happening. It may have not. It may be altered. So take both sides with a grain of salt. Very important for everybody.
It sounds a lot like this dude twisted the word.
Let me respond with a very eloquent sentence for you.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
It did seem a bit too crazy for me to believe. Like when I first heard it, I was like, I didn't do any looking into it because I don't really give a fuck at all. Even if he does really say that, I don't give a fuck, dude. There's no part of my life that gives any shits about what the Pope says about anything.
Right.
Or what religious people believe, right? I'm like, your magic changed.
But it's going to spread, and it will have effects on people. So when you see this going on, sometimes the Pope says stuff, and people who are not Catholic in any way, shape, or form start talking about what the Pope said. And so it has far-reaching effects. Correct. All right, now it's time for my favorite part of this entire show.
Nice.
All right, guys. Wes, Shayna, Jason, do you ever feel the need to involve a gun in every aspect of your life, including dinner?
I already do.
Stand by
I'd be the only one that says no, but no.
Well, Shayna, what if I told you that you could get a salt and pepper spray gun?
That's pretty funny.
Those
I know a
actually
few
work really
people
well.
that would love that.
Pepper spray gun.
I would get rid of it.
For
$350.
Yeah, they're really good for killing flies.
Well,
yeah, but you can get the fly one for like $30.
So
yeah, true.
The funny thing about this object is this is not anything to do with salt and pepper. This is a pepper spray rifle, a gun, right? It shoots tiny balls full of pepper spray.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I could see getting
it's like a paintball gun
as a woman.
I just blew the image up so I can actually read the fucking title. No, it looks cool. That's great.
Go ahead, Shayna.
You should totally take this paintball.
As a woman that might someday live in like a big city, if I would, so far in my life, I've never lived anywhere I felt the need to have a gun or a pepper spray, let alone a gun. If I was somewhere, this would be a good first step into it. Getting a gun eventually.
Regardless of what it actually is, the super funny thing about this is that people keep posting this on cooking forums, saying it is a gun that shoots salt and pepper.
No.
That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
I can't wait for the first time someone just does not read the instructions. They buy a $350 salt and pepper gun. And then they're all like, well, this macaroni and cheese is about to get spiced up. And then, bah! Like, pepper spray all over their kitchen.
That'll be amazing. I think one of these should definitely get taken paintballing.
Right.
No, dude, that would suck.
That's so funny.
good.
I won't be putting the link into this because this is technically a weapon, so we won't be putting the link to it in Twitch, but you can catch it on the VOD.
Gotcha.
My next question here is: preparing food too civilized for you guys?
Always.
Oh yeah.
All right,
That's why I use guns.
Shayna.
Almost got Shannon on that one.
Water.
So close.
What?
Have
the
I got the worst thing in the whole world for you?
It's
That's
just
so
an egg
gross.
white separator. Come on, guys.
For your egg needs. Oh my god, that's fucking hysterical.
It's terrible. That is so nasty. It's called the Boogeyman. Or I guess it's Bogeyman,
Why?
right? But Witness
That is
wonders
so gross.
what the fuck. All right, but yeah, so in case you ever needed to, like, I don't know, just be more of a savage monster, we've got this here. So it's only $9.46.
Separate
Yeah,
egg
exactly.
whites. That's all. It's super easy.
I mean,
What the
you
fuck?
could get this thing.
Penis. Wait.
What the fuck was
Wait.
that man with the springness?
Penis spring.
Well, I
What
don't.
is-
I don't know. I don't know. That is something that's not. That's just Amazon putting up ads. We moved past that pretty quick.
Oh,
don't-
it was a wine cork, dude.
Yeah, it was wine cork.
Oh,
there was
brilliant.
there was no penises. It was just wine corks, right?
Well,
So
a wine cork.
Fair. So don't get banned, right?
no. Why would we get banned? It was just a wine cork.
Just a wine cork.
There was no dinkles. All right.
God damn it.
All right. Our next item here is the Fondoodler.
Oh god.
It's a hot glue gun, but for cheese.
Finally.
I
Finally.
feel like I heard about this. What
I've been
the shit
waiting
is
for
that?
Okay, I mean that is kind of amazing, but at the same time, don't ever name your product something that has fondle and doodle in it. You know what I mean? The fondoodler. It's just like that. Definitely sounds like what an old creepy man does in his basement.
This lets you
Dude,
get
all this-
sweet ass custom nachos, dude.
Dude, the best thing about this
One
is that
nacho chip at a
it's this-
time.
it's the soda stream of Cheese Whiz. It's amazing. It's just gonna make Cheese Whiz obsolete. Just like Soda Stream did so
That's
well for
pretty funny.
soda.
How hard is cheese?
What the fuck? A pretzel and cheese cabin? How do we not own one of these, Twisty?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
That's hours of fun.
It's only $30. And I'm not sure how you
Dude,
put
that's
cheese
good.
in it. Do you just? I'm trying to figure out if you have to buy like special cheese, like fucking
String cheese.
Cartridges.
Gross cheese.
Just
Cartridges.
cramming cheese logs in there.
Is this
With
legal
real
in California?
Terrible reviews.
Not anymore.
Here's a pretty good joke. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, is this legal in California or Chicago, or is its capacity reduced there? There's a 3-day waiting period to purchase it, which includes an FDA background check.
That's amazing.
Trust me, this one is a fondant.
Jesus.
God damn it! I laugh way too hard.
All right,
Damn.
our next item. Do you like candy? Do you like gravy? Well, this. Wait, well, shit. What the hell happened here? Here it is.
No, I don't want you to combine that.
Oh, yes.
Ah,
Continue.
Oh,
Tastes like
actually.
gravy.
I mean, it tastes like
Ew.
gravy.
With the look
Gravy
of
box.
old-fashioned candy and the taste of herb-infused gravy, these are sure to be a hit with your candy bowl.
What?
Surprise.
They're individually
No.
shrink-wrapped. Individually shrink-wrapped for easy consumption.
These are the assholes that made Tide Pods. You know what I mean? They're like, let's make everything look like candy.
How many pieces of candy are in it? 12. So you get 12 pieces of candy for $5.60.
$82.
Right. Is there a picture?
And it tastes like gravy? That's disgusting.
Gravy candy, man.
I love gravy. But
So
don't
now
you
this
fuck
is
with
another
my
thing we
sausage.
need to add to the list.
Okay,
Of
these were
items
fun.
we
Kind of
have to
tasty in a
eat.
gross way, like salted caramel with a little beefiness.
Something Udo needs.
Like a little
Yeah,
beef.
actually, you should definitely get these.
We'll have them. We'll have
we'll
them.
eat these along with the bugs.
Yeah, exactly, on the live show.
Oh, I'm down.
All right.
What the fuck?
Do you have $2,600 lying around? I guess $2,700 for shipping. There are
Dude,
only
this is
2
over
of these
$10.
left.
Come on. It's free shipping.
Right. What's free shipping?
It should be
Yeah,
under
it really
$10.
should be.
It's $218.95 to ship it.
Right.
Or like,
What
would
if
you
you
like
have
to waste
Amazon Prime?
$2,700?
Not a Prime product. It's the
This is
If you made this prime, I'd buy it.
but it's a life-size Yeti statue.
This is awesome. I'm gonna tell Steve about this. He's probably gonna buy it.
But it also led me to find out that they have a version that's just peeking around corners, which is amazing.
That's actually fucking terrifying. That's kind of tight, actually.
There's an ornament version, a large version, a medium version, and then the life-size
Why are they
version.
so fucking expensive?
It's because it's 147 pounds, hand cast using
Carved
real
from
crushed
balsa
stone
wood.
bonded with high quality designer resin. Each piece is individually hand painted by artisans and exclusive to the Design Toscano brand and perfect for your home or garden.
Right.
Yeah, put this giant fucking Yeti in your house.
All right. So, I think I got one more item for you guys to take a look at. So this is along the lines of the Shambong. This is the
Oh, this thing's awesome.
This is the Guzzle Buddy.
That just
That's
pops in the top of the
amazing.
wine, right? And you just
Yeah.
drink it straight from that
Yeah.
whole bottle.
If you wanted to just take
Yeah,
a
how much
bottle down, right?
That's fucking tight as shit.
Now you can look semi put together while you get yourself taken apart.
Right?
Here we
There's
go.
no way you can walk around with those and like not look like a raging alcoholic that's gonna
What are you
ask
talking about?
to talk to
It's
the
a-
manager.
It's
Right.
just a wine. It's just
Yeah, just a wine glass.
You'll go to like a wine and cheese festival and be like, "Oh yeah, let me fill your glass." And you just plop that on their bottle and walk off.
Right.
Thanks.
Did you actually order the Shambong?
I did.
Amazing.
It's not here yet.
$28 Guzzle Buddy is not bad either.
It's really not. I actually feel like I should have got this instead.
Why not both?
And that's what I was
True.
thinking.
All right. Now
I should get this.
it's time to be the change, everyone. The change we all really need. I've got a little bit of a theme going on today. We'll see if you guys can detect what the theme is.
I'm guessing sex, drugs, or poop.
Close. So once again, as always, if you're somebody who's new who's joining us, we are attempting to get a petition to 100. So far, 40-something episodes in, we've managed to get to 46 signatures, which is 2 more than we had before, so thank you to the 2 that signed again. But here is that link if you're interested in helping us get to 100 to find out what the hell getting to 100 does. Because it says 46 have signed, let's get to 100, and we don't know what that does, right? Here is our petition to keep us from getting to 100 in case you decide you don't like us getting to 100, and this will totally not let us know what happens when we get to 100, but we got to get this to 100 votes in order to get that to happen. So there's that. All right, our first
Everyone sign
petition,
that one.
right, is to make Guy Fieri a Iron Chef.
God damn it. God damn it.
Everybody's leaving. All right, Wes, let's talk about Guy Fieri.
Just, well, first and foremost, Flavortown is not a real place. I've looked, and fucking asshole.
I'm gonna read this off. There's only one earthly destination that humans hope to reach, and that is Flavortown. For
Told you.
years, we've searched for a longed destination to fulfill our taste buds. Yet, in the sea of possibility, we have become lost. We need our faithful leader, our captain, Guy Fieri, to help us reach this profound destination. As the longtime proprietor of Triple D, there is no one better suited for the title of Iron Chef. We shall join him, flame shirts blazing and bleached hair shining, in the quest for Flavortown. The Iron Chefs today have lost touch with the common people. They sit in their iron tower, cooking lobster bisque and lamb roasts only for themselves. They only wish to keep Flavortown for their own enjoyment, but Guy stands for change. Guy stands for us. By instituting Chef Ferrari as one of our own, he will guide us, the common folk, to Flavortown. Guy Fieri has visited Flavortown 260 times. One for each episode of Triple D. Surely, he can lead us all to our destination. Please institute Guy Fieri as an active Iron Chef. Thank you, and God bless. Can you make a petition for me to learn vape tricks? I actually just learned I can blow O's the other day. By accident.
Giggity.
Yeah. All right. Our next petition. Welcome back, Shayna. How much of Flavortown were you here for?
I got like second, middle half of number 2.
Excellent. Then you got most of the important stuff. Hard to see on the camera, but it happens.
Now Jason's back.
I'm
Excellent.
back. Sorry, I had to take allergy medicine.
There's our second
God
petition.
damn it.
This petition is to
Mammal.
make Guy Fieri America's national mammal.
Amazing.
Closed.
Yeah,
That petition
unfortunately.
Closed. It got 152 supporters.
Exactly.
They did it. He's
Well-
the national.
Upon seeing the bison become the United States national mammal, I, a millennial college student, became both angered and offended. The reason for this was because I believed that in my heart of hearts that our official national mammal should be the one and only Guy Fieri. It's plain to see that Guy Fieri should be our national mammal. He is the embodiment of America. From his flaming blonde tips to his beautifully crafted goatee, not only does he have the spiciest tips around, but his small hometown in North Carolina, Flavortown, he has has a collection of classic American cars. His collection includes a Chevelle, a bunch of other shit that I don't care to read. Now, my dear friends, the last time that I believe the majestic Ferrari should be our national mammal because, sadly, there is only one left. Serious conservation efforts need to be put into effect to keep the last Guy Fieri safe from harm and fed the red meat and cheese his species needs to survive. Thank you so much for your time and consideration in reading this.
His real last name isn't even Fieri. He changed it for the shows he was on. It's just Fairy.
It's Zerical TV. Welcome to the show. But yeah, this is closed, but I thought that everybody needed to know that at one point there was a small movement of Americans trying to make a change to make Guy Fieri the national mammal.
I love it.
This is a comedy news show where we talk about news from around the world, and we're nearing the end of the show, so right now we're talking about change.org petitions that are making a real change for America. And our final petition for the night is to make Guy Fieri the president of Boston College.
Oh, shit.
I think we all know
That
it's
makes
time
sense.
for Boston College experience to get a little bit more flavorful. This one, you
Agreed.
can actually still sign. So I'm going to share this one with everybody so that at Boston College will get an email that says Guy Fieri should be the president, and it's going to be amazing. So if you feel like signing, that is an opportunity for you.
Or just go to the Boston College website and say, just spam the dean of fucking students with shit.
Right, exactly.
You're reporting to the wrong guy.
Don't you know?
So just as a recap for anybody who wasn't here at the beginning of the beginning of the show, today we covered cookies that were not made of marijuana, although everyone at the daycare thought that they were. It's Miracle TV. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. We also covered a monkey that kills babies, two guys who convinced their prison guard that they should be allowed to go out and get some booze, Russia failing miserably to start a postal drone service, cloth butt wipes,
Gross.
bleed weed.
Bleed
weed.
Exactly.
Bleed from the face.
Fake marijuana that makes you bleed from everything that you could imagine. A new medical procedure to solve erectile dysfunction that involves blasting your dingle with sound waves. The fact that 40 different Amish wax figurines are available for sale on Craigslist right now. A Japanese festival of the male anatomy. The fact that 28 million people applied for 90,000 jobs in India. The town of Sibley officially smells.
Leave it at that.
Right.
Yeah.
The Detroit Zoo is giving out poop to the first 1,000 visitors on April 14th. A couple of questions that you should definitely check out. A amazing story where a man's room was filled with seagulls who just ate way more sausage than they should be allowed to do.
Any sausage?
Right.
Right.
A absolutely adorable story where a couple of bunnies rode on sheep in order to save themselves from floodwaters. We played Florida Man Bingo, where two kids tried to steal a pizza delivery man's car. A man tried to kill police deputies by drowning them after attacking a man randomly in his garden with gardening shears. The fact that there is a gator named Rambo who is awesomer than anyone else in Florida, and a dude who does terrible stuff with toy helicopters.
And salads.
Also, a guy tried to save Jesus, and Pope said there's no hell. So that's the stories that we covered today. If you're interested in checking us out, we air live at 7 p.m. PST every Tuesdays and Thursdays, except for next Thursday. Not 2 days from now, but the Thursday after that, I won't be here. So, unless one of you guys are hooked up, and yeah, Wes won't be available either. So, there is an event we are attending.
Was that Thursday, you said?
Yeah, not 2 days from now, but a week and 2 days from now.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, you missed a story that I was hoping you would get that I should have sent you, but I want to mention it.
All right.
If you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Has anybody read about the suspected Russia meddling with the fucking internet fiber network under the ocean?
No.
Taking that as in, yeah. Okay, so our military just caught two of their subs hanging out by the fucking fiber network connecting the USA to all of Europe.
Wow.
What?
Yes. And it gets deeper than that. So right at the beginning of the Syrian war, all of Syria's internet was shut off because somebody fucked with the underwater internet cables there. And the only submarines in 100 miles were Russian. The same thing happened in Iran. kind of
Wow.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
like the U.S. is now going fucking ape shit.
Are we?
Us.
You gotta be putting him in place.
I was gonna say, we getting ready
Dude.
to form the Wolverines, right? Like,
Yeah, right. Like they could fine rig the election. Don't you fuck with our internet?
Yeah.
Like these sons of bitches.
I don't know if you guys saw.
that sounds terrifying to me though.
In not so funny news, did you guys see the thing about Malaysia and fake news?
No.
Malaysia just
Nope.
recently passed a law in that anyone caught sharing. Now this is just sharing fake news can be subject up to a $10,000 fine and 6 years in jail.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get
And-
cracking down on it, but how are people supposed to know?
right.
Net neutrality.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is going the wording for fake news is super open, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then and doesn't even put anybody in charge of being the person who decides what's fake news and what isn't. So all sorts of people can decide that, which is the problem
Right.
with fake news.
Yeah, exactly. This is literally the issue.
Yeah, well, it's just Malaysia, right? So I mean, right now that's their deal. But yeah, gonna be crazy. But with
For sure. Well, I hope you hear about more of this stuff.
Shayna, you have an
Next
admirer in chat. But yeah, so I think that's the end of our show today. We're about 6 minutes early. There is no main story for tonight. And to be 100% honest with everyone, it's because all weekend I have been staying up way too late playing Far Cry 5. So
Nice. Solid.
like 100% like transparent. It's my fault. I fell asleep like 3 times today trying to put together today's podcast.
Damn.
Because I was up
You
till like
killed it though. We went all the way through.
Yeah.
That's all. We didn't need it.
6 o'clock in the morning. I was up fucking fighting Peggy's, dude.
Saving the testy festy. Goddamn right, Willis Wonder.
I was practicing. I was actually like running around last night for hours just using different combinations of fucking teammates to listen to what they have to say. 100% Herc Jr. and Sharky are the best combination. 100%. Anybody who has that game should definitely play with that. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that tonight.
Excellent.
Well, if we play.
Enid, I totally I got the same bug, but then I just had to restart, and the next time I restarted, I managed to just do it in one try. I'm also playing on on hard or very hard, whatever the hardest difficulty is, with no tagging and like all of the like hardest settings set on. So we do have a Discord server. It is down below in the links. But yeah, and we also put everything up on YouTube. And after the show, 24 hours from now, this will be up on YouTube if you want to check out what we've done. And the VODs will stay up as long as possible. So, all right, Wes, you got any closing statements?
Fuck Russia. Fuck Twang. Bunch of internet tampering cocksuckers. And I still think that monkey was in the KKK.
Very possible. Jada, do you have any closing statements?
Oh, this is a good episode. It's lots of laughs.
Excellent.
Math is cool.
That's the goal. Jason, do you have any closing arguments? I noticed I said arguments for Jason. You push to talk.
Muted. You dick.
Nope, nothing.
Still muted. So
All right.
I guess he has nothing.
He's got nothing today. No, I mean I haven't touched shit, dude. Did like I'd have to actually open up Discord, collapse everybody's cameras,
Russia.
and then see if I could mute you or not. But now he's gone, and so all the cameras are broke. Good. Yep. Now he's
Goddamn
back.
Chia.
Nope. And no voice. Not sure, man. Something's going on. It's honky.
Chia got you good, brother.
Chia strikes again, and all the cameras are all crazy. Except me, because I'm not using the Discord camera. You'll always be able to see my beautiful beard in its correct position.
You can see me down here. There we go.
All right. Well, let's get this raid started that we always do here. Looks like we got 17 people in the chat right now. Let's take a look to see. Yes.
Yay!
How about what do you got for closing statements, sir?
Okay, so I was just gonna say, technically, that sausage party was off the hook.
There's 30 to 41 attendees.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
All right, that's all I have.
All right. Let's take a look. Who's doing what today?